had me to show you. I have to show you this video, okay? Um, I just have to, and it comes from the Sauce on YouTube, and it's about Kanye West, of course, and it is sort of may really truly, if you think about it, explain some of the reasons why he acts the way he acts. Of course, I didn't play the whole thing because because all I was doing was talking about Kanye talking about Jay Z and Beyonce's younger children, and I just skipped all that part and I got straight to the point of the matter. Okay, enough so everybody will understand, and I pray to God that's what it is, and I pray to God that somebody lets Kanye see this. I mean, even if it's not mine, which because but somebody will see it and spread it. You know what I'm saying? Just spread it. I do not strike channels, okay? One day I'm gonna be good enough, y'all gonna copy me. No, but listen, this is serious. I think he may have the Donda syndrome, it's the Sauce called it, or maybe what Kanye called it. You remember his album? Uh oh. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead, okay? And then I'll be back with my reaction. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's early in the morning on the East Coast. All right, here we go. Sorry.
I made my initial video about Ye and what he said to his kids, I had a little time to sit down and really reflect about Kanye. And even though I absolutely believe that Kanye is a complete a-hole and the man gets on my nerves, I also can't ignore the fact that in between him dissing Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, him dissing Playboy Cardi, and him getting on Kim Kardashian, he also said, I'm in pain and I need some help. So today, instead of jumping on here and just stating the obvious, which is, Kanye's a narcissistic, self-absorbed celebrity who really needs some psychotherapy, I really want to stop and see if we can offer Ye a little bit of help that will help him defeat at least one of his demons. Because, in addition to making the very unacceptable, reprehensible, insulting post about Jay and Bae's kids, Ye also made some other posts which really offer us some insight into one of the very real issues that he's struggling with. Ye wrote, I thought about unaliving myself at least once a month ever since the first time I haven't wanted to unalive myself since my mama died.
Alright. I know that went fast, y'all. This past 5 weeks I have been the first time I haven't wanted to unalive myself since my mom passed, right? And then the other ones like you want to unalive yourself like every day. That's what the other one said. Okay, here we go.
So just based on that tweet, you don't have to be a psychologist to know that one of the things that's really weighing on Kanye's mind is the Donda conundrum. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, yo, Source, what's the Donda conundrum? Okay, let me explain it to you. In order to understand what the Donda conundrum is, you need to understand what a conundrum is. A conundrum is a very confusing or difficult problem or question. So, in other words, every day when Kanye wakes up, he's questioning, if I wouldn't have got famous, would my mother still be alive? And he's also questioning God, because he's asking himself, why would you bless me with a gift that would open doors that would eventually cause my mother to die? That's the Donda conundrum. Because what Kanye's over there thinking is this, if I would have stayed in Chicago and never got rich and never moved to LA, my mother would have never got the plastic surgery and my mother would still be here today. So, by default, I unalived my mother. And Kanye West wakes up every day asking himself that question. And he's just hearing in his head, Donda, 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 Donda. Now, how do we know that that's one of the loops that's constantly on replay in Kanye's head? Because he gave us a glimpse into his thinking on the Donda album.
Donda chant may seem funny and confusing at first, but this is a very touching tribute to Kanye West's late mom, Donda West. In this song, you hear Selena Johnson repeat Kanye West's mother's name over and over again to different rhythms and styles and different types of cadences. The reason why this phrase is repeated over and over again is to sort of be kind of like meditative or relaxing. The chant is also a representation when the central things that's keeping Kanye alive and afloat is living his best life for his mother. Also, potentially, this song is all about Donda's last heartbeats before she tragically passed away. You can see this by the way the song is written and performed. It kind of mimics a heartbeat.
Losing a mom is a very difficult thing for...
Now, did y'all peep the way they were saying Donda, 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 like a heartbeat, and then at the end is Donda? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a rapper, but I tried it. But anyway, it could be. I mean, people, I don't know. Something's going on, right? And this sounds the best. This is the best reason or logical thinking. And the sauce is very intelligent and smart. And yeah, okay, it was okay. Here we go. Okay.
Anyone. For Kanye, this unbearable loss tore him apart. Especially because he blamed himself for the tragedy. Why did Kanye think that he was to blame for the unexpected demise of his beloved mother? West's mom, Donda, took her last breath on the operating table during plastic surgery. Kanye was sure that this would not have happened if Donda had not been forced to move because of him. He said, "When I moved to LA, she moved to LA. And she wound up in a place that would eat her alive." Dr. Donda West passed away unexpectedly on November 10, 2007 at age 58 as a result of complications from multiple cosmetic procedures. The autopsy report states that multiple post-operative factors could have played a role, but it also says that there is no evidence of surgical or anesthetic misadventure or any other surgical procedure problem. The deputy medical examiner, Luis Pena, also wrote in the report that the manner of death could not be determined.
How did Kanye West's mother die after having plastic surgery? Here is the shocking story. In 2007, Donda West underwent a breast reduction, liposuction, and a tummy tuck by a famous TV surgeon. She was discharged home after the 5.5-hour surgery with family planning to take care of her. But the night after surgery, she collapsed and was taken to the hospital unresponsive. Shortly after arriving...
See? That's another thing. The day after she had all that surgery, she was released home where family and friends or whoever said they were going to take care of her. Right? And she was like, what, 58? Dang, I'm 56, y'all. Ooh. But anyway, she would no surgeries though. But she was 58, and they, now that I heard that was a very hard surgery, and I think maybe, well, no, you can't stop God's time, and that is the whole point of this video, and the sauce video also, okay? So I'm going to keep it going. Hey, BTS _ Armor _ 4.0. Hey, good morning. Y'all, please hit the subscribe button. I always forget to say it, y'all. But anyway, this is what I think is going on with Kanye. I do. Oh, they also had in there where the reason it's going after Jay-Z so hard, allegedly, is because Jay-Z's marriage worked. Kanye's didn't. No, listen, this is the way they put it. Jay-Z found a wife, right? A beautiful wife. So Kanye went to found what he calls, what, beauty in their eyes. The second beautiful wife. Jay-Z put out some album about some. Then 4 years later, Kanye did it. Okay, but Kanye ended up getting divorced and going through it with his kids, and he wondered why Jay-Z gets to keep all his, hasn't had to give up anything, right? That's what they said Kanye was thinking. Okay, I'm just going by what I see on the blogs and stuff, y'all. This is all alleged and just what I read and listened to. All right, here we go. Let's keep it going. Cause something up. Okay,
She
here
was
we go.
pronounced dead. An autopsy revealed it wasn't an error in surgery that killed her, but possibly a heart attack.
Now, even though I'm no psychologist, I can tell you that the belief that your fame and fortune was the catalyst for your mother's passing will also create a situation where you have a love-hate relationship with that fame and fortune. On one hand, it's your greatest dream, but on the other hand, it's your worst nightmare. And I don't know this for a fact, but I think that it's safe to assume that this love-hate relationship that Ye has with fame is also one of the factors that contributes to his love-hate relationship with Jay-Z. See, Ye has always looked up to Jay, and he's always tried to follow Jay's blueprint. For example, when Jay started calling himself Hov, Ye started calling himself Yeezus. When Jay married what some would consider to be the baddest bee in the game, Bae, Ye quickly went out and tried to find the second baddest bee in the game, which he thought was Kim Kardashian. However, he quickly found out it's not the same. And when Jay-Z dropped the 444 album in 2017, which was a deeply personal album about family, legacy, black excellence, and mistakes, Kanye followed up 4 years later later with a deeply personal album, which was about family, legacy, faith, and mistakes. See, Ye looks up to Jay, but he also hates Jay, because one, Jay helped to open that door that he believes led to the demise of his mother, and two, Ye may also resent the fact that Jay's been able to get the billions and have the marriage and kids and the fame without suffering the same tragic loss and painful divorce that he's incurred. And he may be asking himself, how come that ninja Jay-Z gets to get to the top of the mountain without having to lose anything, but I had to lose it all in order to get to the same place? Now, of course, that's not even a realistic question because none of us really know what Jay-Z had to lose or give up in order to get to the place where he's at. And before...
Alright, so that was the point that I was trying to make, but I thought I skipped that part. That's why I told it. But anyway, hey Madison 8693, y'all please hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all. I ain't think anybody was gonna show up this morning. Alright, yeah, but I didn't know that they was gonna play that or I wouldn't have said it, y'all. But now y'all see what I mean? Just think about it. This dang cold. Okay. Here we go, y'all.
I'll move on. Let me also say this. I believe that the same love-hate relationship that Ye has with fame and fortune and also has with Jay is the same love-hate relationship that Ye has with God, which is why he's in a constant state of limbo, and one minute he's building a church and then the next minute he's putting out XXX videos and he's smiling with things in his mouth while his wife struts down a red carpet stark bucket naked.
You know, I have my issues with Jesus. There's a lot of stuff I went through that I prayed and I didn't see Jesus show up. So I had to put my experience in this world, my experience with my children, my experience with other people, my experience with my account, my experience with my brand, and my experience with the level of music that I was dealing with in my own hands.
So, with that being said, I believe that Kanye West is living in a constant state of purgatory and the enemy is able to creep in because Kanye lives in a continuous cycle of guilt based on the Donda conundrum.
And she told me, she said, you know, thank you for the times where, you know, we came to performances and this is like really meant a lot to me. You know, she would... I'll take a minute. I'll take a minute. Just take a minute. Deeper.
Alright, so like I said earlier, the goal of this video is to help Kanye. So, what I'm gonna do is answer the question that plagues Kanye every day for him. The answer to the question is this. Ye, your mother's death is not your fault, and you don't have to blame yourself, because nothing that you did unalives your mother. And I know, somebody's gonna come in the comment section like, nah, Source, because if Kanye wouldn't have got rich, and he wouldn't have had money, then Donda wouldn't have went and got the surgery, and Donda would still be alive. Really? How do you know that? If Donda had stayed in Chicago and Kanye never got rich and he took a different path, anything could have happened. Donda could have been chilling in the house and the house could have caught on fire. Donda could have been walking down the street and got hit by some stray bullets. Donda could have been driving her car and somebody ran a red light and hit Donda. You don't know what would have happened in some alternative universe because the Bible says that God and God alone is the author and finisher of our fates. Hold on, let me break this down a little bit.
That's exactly right. Y'all, now you see what I mean? God is the only one that knows our exact time here on this earth. He already knows. One way or the other, when it's your time, it's your time. You know, because we ain't saying Clyde Davis is Jesus and he can just say, oh, okay, yeah, you signed the contract, allegedly contracts. You signed the contract, so yeah, we're going to take you out. No. If God don't want you to go out, you ain't going out. I don't give a crap what nobody say, okay? You got to believe that. You ain't going nowhere until it's your time to leave this earth. I mean, you can get pow-powed, all that. That was in your time. It was time for you to go. Because if it's not time for you to go, once you get to that hospital, you ain't going nowhere. You coming back home, okay? Alright? That's what I believe. I truly believe that, y'all. I mean, I truly do. Here we go.
In all reality, the Donda question is a false puzzle that the enemy is using as a tool to cuff Kanye's mind up because it assumes that if Kanye goes left instead of going right, Donda's gonna be alright, and that's not the case. Alright, so really quick, let me say this. For all my people who listen and watch the show who aren't Christian, bear with me for a second, because I'm finna get real Christian. And I know, somebody just heard that and they're like, oh geez, how Christian are you gonna get, Sauce? Today, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think that I'm gonna get about this Christian. Oh my goodness, my man was in the groove, and he didn't have any time for that deacon who was walking over there tapping him on his shoulder, trying to interrupt him. Alright, so Psalms 139:16 tells us that God knows our days before we even live them. It says, your eyes saw my unformed body. All of the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Job 14:5 continues on to tell us that our days are numbered by God. When it says, a person's days are determined, you've decreed the number of his months and have set limits he cannot exceed. Then Hebrews 9:27 goes on to let us know that death is appointed. When it says, it's appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment. And then last, and this is very important, Ecclesiastes 3:1 and 2 affirms that there's a time for everything, including death. When it says, there's a time for everything, a time to be born and a time to die, which means that every moment of life, even death, falls within God's perfect timing. Additionally, Ye needs to understand that his mother was a grown woman, and at the end of the day, she made the final decision to have the operation, knowing full well the potential dangers that the medical procedure could have. So, once again, Ye is not responsible for his mother's death, and it's not his fault. Now, because this is social media, and we all know how social media works, I know darn well that somebody's gonna jump in the comment section like, nah, Sauce, Kanye sacrificed his mom in order to gain fame. Listen, let me explain something to you. That mode of thinking hinges on a belief that Satan and or Clyde Davis has the ability to override what God has already determined before he even created Lucifer and Kanye. And guess what? He doesn't. So, knock it off. Listen, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is this, and hopefully someone who sees or hears this will pass this message along to Ye, because I really think he needs to hear it. No one knows what would have happened if Ye would have taken a different path. Even if he was a poor aspiring producer still living in Chicago who never made it, it does not guarantee that his mom would have lived not one extra day longer on the face of this earth, because God's plan is God's plan. What we do know beyond a shadow of a doubt is that Donda loved her son, and she lived long enough to see the fruits of her labor blossom into one of the greatest hip-hop artists that the world has ever known.
Yeah, and people also say that Kanye rose, he signed on the dotted line, didn't have to jump through any hurdles, all of that stuff, but the Sauce is gonna let his mom, while she was here, tell us about it, in which Kanye may have forgotten. So maybe look at the Sauce video. You know, she got all them views and stuff, but look at the video, find this video that his mom did on the carpet, and or even the book she wrote. Okay, here we go, y'all. I don't know, some put in my spirit, I saw it, and some just said, just do this no matter what you're looking like, girl.
And my guess is that if she had it to do all over again, she wouldn't change a thing. Because as a mother, one of your greatest accomplishments in your dreams is to see your kid accomplish their dreams.
To have a dream and to set goals and to have very high standards is extremely important. I think, and I've taught Kanye this from the time he came into the world, there's nothing that you can't achieve if you prepare yourself for it and believe that you can do it. So dreams are really, really important, but equally important is the fact that you can't just dream. You have to prepare yourself to achieve that dream. And you learn what it takes to go wherever you want to go, and you put in the hard work. If it means burning the midnight oil, if it means staying up all night long, if it means taking the bitter with the sweet, if it means, you know, being in college and taking math, which you don't really like I did as an English major, but you do that anyway. You have to do everything that it takes to get to where it is you set your sights to. So I think dreaming is very, very important. You can't just be a dreamer, you've got to be a doer.
That's right. Like walk through the valley. Would you say that in this journey of just raising Kanye, watching him transition from being in the studio nonstop or where he is now, can you pinpoint any valley experiences that you witnessed or that you have to kind of like let them know that he was doing?
Yeah, I shared several things. I did write a book you may know about. It's called Raising Kanye.
Okay.
And in that book, I talk about, there's a chapter in there that talks about the many doors that were shut in Kanye's face. Sometimes people just think, oh, overnight success. Oh, we just made it. Oh, how lucky. No, there's a lot of work involved. And I've seen him at times when he really wanted to go out on that stage and perform, but he didn't get to. When he really wanted that deal, but nobody believed in him. When he really wanted to rap, but people just said, oh, you can only produce. I've seen him times when even one time I remember he came home not having gotten what he really had gone after that particular occasion, and he didn't even know whether he wanted to stay in music or not. And so, now we're all glad that he did. Yeah, there are always valleys. You're not always on the mountaintop, but you just keep fighting to get there.
Listen, ask any mother, and I mean not a deadbeat mother, but a real mother who raises their kids. Ask any mother, if God was to come down right now and say, listen, you can live till 120 and your kid will basically just be squeaking by and be unhappy, or you can live till 60 and your kid will have everything that they need and, for the most part, be happy. Most mothers would be like, yo, knock me out at 60. Now, with that being said, what I need for you...
And that's me also. I have 2 sons. I have 2 grown sons. They're doing okay. They're happy. I mean, I would do the same thing. I would for my children to be happy. Yes, I would, and it wouldn't be sacrificed. It'd be God's time, and God asks the question, I'm gonna give the answer. Right? Everybody wants the kids happy, but yeah, I don't think he sacrificed his mom. It's just he's thinking because he got rich and she could afford to really have that operation. He's thinking it's his fault. Okay? I'm really starting to believe it now that I listen to this. Yeah. And it remind me, nobody can take you if God don't want them to. Whether you sign a paper or not.
to do is let go and let God help him release the guilt that he feels when it comes to his mom. Then I need for Ye to forgive himself because he's not responsible for his mom passing away. I also need that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, and Donda's good. I mean, she's where we're all trying to get, and I firmly believe deep down in my heart that if Donda could come back to Earth for just one day, she would find Ye and say, baby, it's not your fault. Please, let go of the guilt and live your life and be happy, because part of my godly purpose on this earth was to create you so that you could fulfill your godly purpose. And I know, here comes my other internet troll who's going to come in the comment section and be like, yo, Source, if God is such a loving God, then why did he take Kanye's mom out? Oh my goodness, God didn't take Kanye's mom out. God simply called Kanye's mom back home. And because God created her in the first place, God can do that. And guess what? That's not a bad thing. Because the God that I serve said this. And hold on, let me remix this for Ye. The God that I serve said, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And also, never forget that Jesus said, in my Father's house there are many mansions, and if it wasn't so, I wouldn't have told you so. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that there where I am, there ye may also be. Let me tell you something. What's crazy is none of us knew that George Foreman was going to pass away yesterday. But guess what? God did. Rest in peace to George Foreman. Listen, let me know what you think about everything that we discussed in today's video, including the Donda conundrum. Do you think that that's something that's really weighing on Kanye? And if he lets that go, he may get a little peace? Let me know in a comment.
Alright. Yep. Oh, yeah. And RP to George Foreman. I don't think I got to make a video about it. I tried to on my computer, but I haven't learned how to do my computer yet, y'all. But anyway, that's it and that's all. So, put what you think in the comments. Please be nice. Be nice to me, y'all. Alright, I love y'all. Thank y'all. Please hit the subscribe button. And I thank you for the like buttons. I can see them. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, talk to y'all later. Bye.